Good afternoon and welcome to WCBN Sports here on YouTube. My name is Tim DeGrand and we are jumping right into the action already as the Michigan Wolverines are taking on the Salem Tigers in some water polo action on this most beautiful of Sundays. Like I said, my name is Tim. I'll be guiding you through this myself. We got a very interesting matchup here. This is the last game of the Wolverine Invitational here in Ann Arbor. Michigan has already played and won 3 games this weekend, and they're going to continue with their final game, the final game of the weekend against the Salem Tigers. Right now, the game has just started. We're about 30 seconds into it, and we are already rolling. Salem has the ball now, just got an impediment whistle, so they're going to throw the ball away here. They're going to keep going, but Michigan, a great steal from the Wolverines here, throwing it back into the goal. In the goal for the Wolverines today, number 1, Alex Brown holding down that goal in there. And already Michigan on the board with a goal that took no time at all. Michigan gets one already. We're going to take a second reset. Barely a minute into the game, and we are already cooking. Goal is by Libby Alsmagist. About a minute in, Kata Use got the assist for that one. This Michigan team has started off the year in an interesting fashion, as they call for impediment there. Started off in an interesting fashion with 3 straight losses in their first invitational, but all those were to top 10 teams. You had number 5 Hawaii, you had number 9 Fresno State, and you also had top 10 Cal Berkeley. But since then they've come into this tournament and they have been absolutely rolling. Just earlier today, a few hours ago, if you were listening in to my good buddy Kobe, Michigan beat Marist 15-5, and yesterday had 2 great performances. And Michigan's on the run here, and another quick goal. And this Michigan team is wasting no time whatsoever. It's their 2nd goal already. That one was by number 5 Kata Utasi, who's been having herself a great season so far already. And in this game, 1 assist, 1 goal. Michigan 2 shots, and already 2 points on the board. Things are moving quick here. Salem now trying to make something happen, trying to stop this impressive effort by the Wolverines. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be happening for them. Salem currently 1-5 on the season. And in 4 of their 5 losses, they've let up over 20 points. So this is a team that is definitely playing a little bit out of their depth today, as it would be. And Michigan now on the fast break. Number 5, Kata Utasi, again, coming all the way down, going coast to coast. Is going to pick it up, fake out, and bury it in the back corner for her 2nd goal in a minute. Just took that one her whole way down. After some strong defense from this Michigan team, led by Monroe, number 6. Utasi was able to get that steal and drive it down for that goal. Goalkeeper for the Tigers, Lowe, is going to have a rough day ahead of her. The Tigers trying to make something happen again. Brooks with the ball, defended well, gets an impediment call, guarded by number 9, Cerulli. Passes it up the court to 10. Donnelly's got it. Mid-water, I suppose, as it was. Gets it back over on the side to Brooks. Brooks trying to drive up, make something happen, double-teamed, but missed her teammate, threw the ball into the red, so Michigan's going to get a chance to go for it. Allie Brown swimming over to get that one. Just going to toss it up, try to make something happen here. Michigan again, now in the half-court, kind of slowing things down a little bit more, taking more of a methodical approach. Just passing the ball around up top, trying to see if they can work it inside. Not quite, though, and that's going to be a great defense from number 8, Hack, on the Tigers side. Putting a stop to that one. Just under 5 minutes to go. Clock's a little bit off on my screen. And here comes Hack now. After that great defense, she's going to bring the ball up, pass over to her teammate, Riordan. Back over to Hack. He gets it all the way inside, but some strong defense from the Wolverines. Pops that ball free. And Michigan's going to get a chance to run down with it. Cerulli again driving this one down herself. Taking it down. Passes it over far side. It's her teammate Schlom, who's inside again. Wolverines easy shot there and just lobs it over as a goal for Umlauf with her first goal. And already 4-0. This Michigan team is no stranger to getting out to these big leads. 4:14 to go as I'm letting my clock here catch up. This Michigan team is no stranger to getting out to hot starts like this, as they had in one of their games yesterday, actually, their first game that they had yesterday, going up against going up against St. Francis. Started out 14-0 run, and they're kind of continuing that momentum here. So we got Whistle Ford and Peatman. The Tigers are going to be able to keep the ball, trying to work it around inside again. Over to number 9, Hamilton, trying to make something happen, but guarded well there. Number 24, Schneider, had some great defense there. And once again, the ball is going to get back to the goalkeeper. Michigan is going to get a chance to push it up. Brown waiting for her teammates to all get down into Tiger territory before launching this one down for Schneider. Schneider looking, tries to get to the inside. Great pass there, but stolen right away. She had Schlom cutting right to the net, but unfortunately some great defense from Hack again. Who's been one of the bigger helps on this team so far. We get another Peanut whistle there. Michigan's going to keep this thing moving. Tigers on the attack once again. Get it inside there, being battled. And another impediment against Wolverine, so getting a free throw here. Tigers keep control of it. Number 9 with a great deke there. That was Hamilton. An excellent deke. And she's just going to throw this one into the red. Nothing happening. So Michigan's going to get a chance to try to keep expanding this lead. Already under 3 minutes to go in this first period. Gets it all the way up the water. Gets it to number 24, Schneider again. But a great stop there. First stop on the day for Lowe. Now the Tigers still looking to get on the board. We're almost done with this first period here. Just about 2:30 to go. And they have yet to even register a shot on goal. A couple times just giving up altogether and just throwing the ball into the red line and just trying to get back in defense. But this time they're doing a great job getting inside. Another penalty, so we're going to get some more free throws for this Tigers team. This is going to be their best shot yet. Looking around, they're on the power play now after that major. The Tigers now just kind of passing it around. Not seeing much they like yet. Deeks throws it back up top. Does Reppins. Shot on goal, hits the crossbar and bounces back out. Salem still with a 0 on the board. Power play already done. Power plays here are very short in water polo, nothing like in hockey. That was about 15-second power play. Michigan again pushing it all the way up. Schlom's got it again. Schlom reverses court. Back to Cerulli. Cerulli's gonna look, go, and buries it one more time in that back corner. 5-0 Michigan already in the first period. We are moving very quick today, folks. Thank you for tuning in here in WCBN. It's been a very interesting day so far. Michigan, though, running this Wolverine Invitational. 6 teams have joined here in Ann Arbor. It was the Michigan Wolverines, of course. You also had St. Francis, you had Marist, you had Long Island University, the University of Indiana, the only other Big Ten team to show up today, and of course, Salem. These 6 teams have been playing each other in round robin for the last 2 days, and this is the last one of them, game 12. And we are returning to action now, and the Piedmont goes against Salem, so Michigan's going to get a great starting field position here, driving all the way in. Michigan keeping on the attack. And the air horn blows. That means it's a timeout. 1:12 to go here. So we get that brief call. Excuse me, that was not a timeout. So a quick little stoppage in play, but we're returning now. That was a major on Salem, excuse me. So Michigan's going to get the power play now, 20-second power play. Again, working around Gray inside. Kicks it out to the wing. Reverses court. Back at her again, but into the middle. Michigan loses it for a second. Just going back and forth until it finally finds their way in. 6-0. On that one, that shot gets credit to Cerulli. Kata Utasi and Lola Cerulli were just kind of going back and forth, just reversing course right in front of the goal for as long as they want to, until eventually Cerulli got the shot that she wanted and scores, making it 6-0 with under a minute to go. There's about 40 seconds left in this first period, and Salem has had nothing happening. Salem trying to push it up. That was Hopkins trying to get it inside to her teammate. But it's going to be another penalty. That's going to be another major on Michigan. 20-second power play. As another quick timeout is called. This time the players are going to take a second to regroup. Salem's going to go back to their bench. Michigan's just going to regroup in front of the goal. It's the first full timeout taken by the Tigers, excuse me. Full timeout by the Tigers. They have 2 of those remaining and their partial timeout left. Michigan did take their partial timeout earlier, which was that first air horn that you heard. But yeah, Michigan, one of the most dominant forces in collegiate women's water polo right now. When you look at the rankings, Michigan currently sitting at number 11. The 10 teams ahead of them, you have Princeton on the East Coast, and then Hawaii, obviously Hawaii. The rest of those teams are all from California. UCLA, USC, Cal Berkeley, UC Irvine. A lot of those top-tier schools all come from the West Coast. So Michigan, being a Midwest powerhouse of water polo, is very unusual. I know we saw that with the first series that Michigan had earlier this year when they had their first little invitational they went to, Polo-Palooza out in Fresno. They had 3 straight losses, but those losses were to a number 5 Hawaii, a number 9 Fresno State, and a number 4 Cal Berkeley. The first 2 of those incredibly close. Hawaii was an 11-14 loss in overtime. Fresno State, they only lost by 1, 10-11. Cal was a little bit of a bigger slide there. That was 16-7 in favor of Cal. But ever since then, when Michigan's returned home to host the Wolverine Invitational, they have been absolutely running it. The first game that they had yesterday against St. Francis, won that one 18-2. As we mentioned earlier, started out on a 14-0 run all the way through the third quarter, and just a couple of garbage time points for St. Francis. And then their second game yesterday was against LIU, Long Island University, ranked 22nd in the country, but handled them easily, 14-9. And then, of course, earlier today in our first broadcast against Marist, 15-5 that one. So Michigan has been handling their business as we have returned from the timeout. Very little time left here for Salem to get a point on the board in the first period. Again, trying to work it around. Looking for a shot. Great shot there, but hits the upper bar. And that is going to bring us to the end of our first period here. Michigan 6, Salem nothing. We're going to get a 3-minute break in between the quarters here. Whereas for Michigan, Canham Natatorium is going to be a whole lot to talk about. They have been absolutely incredible coming out of the gate. A big props on this Michigan side to Kata Utasi. Has 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 total points so far, 1 steal to her name as well. She has been the main offensive weapon for this team. Also, though, right along with her, Lola Cerulli has 2 goals of herself. And the other 2 goals going to number 13, Umlauf, and number 10, Alsmageist. Some great play from this Wolverine team. They have not looked threatened or rattled a second. They have been totally in control. In fact, goalkeeper has not had to make a single, has not yet to make a single move in the ball. Alex Brown has not had to put any real work in. The defense has been doing her job for her. She's just had to sit there and cheer her team on as they have been dominant 6-0. Seeing how well they can maybe run this game. But yeah, looking more at Kata Atasi, the senior out of Budapest, Hungary. It's her third year with the Wolverines. Career high of 10 points. Might be threatening that. Already has 4 in the first period, so keep your eye out for that. But here at Michigan, she has been a CWPA All-Conference First Team. She holds the school record for most single-season points, points by a junior, and goals by a junior. Did all of that last year. She's the fastest Wolverine in history to 50 points. Did so in only 11 games. Averaging almost 5 points per game throughout that stretch is absolutely incredible. Has been a CWPA champion in 2021 and 2022. She's been absolutely incredible, and she's definitely going to be the main focal point of this team as we go out through the rest of this year. If Michigan wants to be able to contend this year with all those teams out west, it's going to be on the back of Kata Utasi, an absolute force out there today. Has been absolutely incredible. Earlier today versus Marist, had 2 goals already, so this is her 4 goals on the day, 2 in each game. She's already matched in the first quarter what she did in the entirety of last game versus Marist. And with that, getting to the end of the quarter break, I want to thank you guys for tuning in here on WCBN Sports on YouTube. Full transparency, the total amount of time that I've spent watching water polo before today, rounded up to the nearest minute, is 0. So this has been a very interesting experience for me. But I did, before today, I showed up early, watched some of the earlier games. I did my research. I've got a good grasp of what's going on here. I'm going to do my best, keep bringing you the action as we get ready for the second period. And here we go. Ball has been dropped into play. The players are going. On attack again, the Wolverines attacking. Jackson got the ball off the drop-in, and that ball's already been pushed all the way up, back to Cerulli, one again. Getting it inside there to Umlauf. She had that goal earlier on and gets a second goal there, not even 20 seconds in. And Michigan with the 7th point of the day. Excuse me, that was Izzy Jackson. Excuse me, that was number 2, Izzy Jackson, who had that goal, assisted by number 7, Gillian Schlom. And there has been a change in goal for the Wolverines. Grace Walsh has now stepped into the goal, relieving Allie Brown of her duties. The Tigers now still looking for their first goal. A great shot there. And Grace Walsh immediately gets put to work there. A great block there. That shot was by number 15 on the Tigers side. Brooks, the great shot there. Carrie Brooks looking to make that first goal. Not happening yet. And Michigan already going back up. But it's going to be an impediment penalty against the Wolverines. So the Tigers can get the ball right back, and they're going to try to attack again. Pass gets all the way up to Reppins. Guarded tight, though, by the Wolverines. Tries to fake him out. Doesn't bite for it. Great defense there from O'Neal. Ball gets passed all the way up there. Number 9, Hamilton, trying to look for it. Tries to get it in to her teammate. Doesn't quite go. She was looking for Brooks there. She was cutting to the basket. But some great defense by Umlauf meant that that was not happening. And Walsh pushes this one up. O'Neal's got it. O'Neal's going to try to look ahead. Gets it to number 18, Locke. Locke gets past the defender. Right inside. Turns, looks, fires, and gets that one in. The nice touch goal there. just putting it up and over. And a tough day for Lowe. Some substitutions being made on both sides. Michigan, you got to imagine, wanting to maybe rest some of their stars. I believe Kata Utasi is still in there, but her teammate Cerulli is taking a breather right now. Probably see a little bit more of that as the day goes on. Ball being pushed up now by the Tigers. And again, a second whistle being called right there again against Schlamm, playing that tight defense. Not letting it quite get through just yet. So it's like another great shot there, but that hits the crossbar. Another great shot there by Reppins. They're getting closer each and every time, but still nothing's happened yet. The Wolverines one more time, making Emily Lowe's life a living hell right now. 8 points in about 11 minutes of play. And it's going to be a call against the Wolverines. It's going to go against number 19, Panasian. So the Tigers are going to get the ball back. Still try to push to make something happen there. And that's going to be another call going against the Wolverines. It's going to be a quick 20-second power play for the Tigers. And again, Panasian playing a little bit too aggressive there. Got called with the exclusionary, so she's going to take a quick 20-second breather. And oh, the Tigers had their best shot yet. They're trying to get a one-timer inside. That's number 10. They're looking for Donnelly to the inside, but Donnelly got hit as the ball was coming in, lost track of it. So the Wolverines get the ball back and driving down again. Try to get that one. Try to reverse court over there to Schlamm, but some great defense by the Tigers. As a quick whistle, we have a timeout, I believe. Still a bit of confusion there. There is a timeout. There's another full timeout being used here. So we'll be back in about 2 minutes. Score still 8-0. Michigan being completely dominant, and as I said, making Emily Lowe's life miserable right now. Emily Lowe is a true freshman from out of Brisbane, Australia. Excuse me. It's her first year with the Tigers and has been thrown immediately into the fire. Played the entirety of their game against Marist yesterday, in which they lost 7-22, letting up 22 goals. Also let up 11 goals versus Indiana in the first game they played of the Wolverine Invitational. She did not play the whole game for that, though. Only played 16 minutes, only played one half, but in that one half let up 11 goals on her. Has only tallied 7 saves total, but then again, this is not entirely her fault. This is a Salem team that has rolled up into Ann Arbor and has played some of the best competition in the Midwest. Salem, specifically, Salem, West Virginia is where this team is coming from. And playing Long Island University, who's ranked number 22, between playing Indiana, who's a top 25 team. I believe they're ranked number 16. And then this number 11 Michigan team. They've had this is the best competition that Emily Lowe will be playing all year long. The timeout is ended, so we're coming back from it. Michigan still on the Tigers on the quick power play. Still looking for that first goal to stop the bleeding. And we're going to get shot here. It goes high. It's another great shot there. But again, just still nothing really happening. That ball's going to go right back to the Tigers after a minor gets called on the Wolverines. There's another shot by Morgan Riordan. had that shot. Didn't quite make it through. But still, falling back into that half-court offense, just trying to work around. Michigan not letting up any holes. They get it inside there to Reppins, who finally, Reppins buries that one to the back of the net, giving Salem their first point on the day. And on the board, after that, some changes will be made. Courtney Reppins really doing her best to try to get this team going right now. Gets the first goal for this team. Some foul substitutions will get made. Reppins is going to take this time to a well-earned breather as we return to the action. Michigan with the ball. Courtney Reppins is a sophomore out of South Africa. Came all this way for water polo. As Michigan keeping moving. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Wolverines. Some great defense here from Donnelly. And we're going to get an exclusionary against Salem. That was number 8. Hack again gets this exclusionary. So Michigan's going to get the ball in great positioning here. Trying to find a shot that they like. Reverse court there. Back to Cerulli. Cerulli back up top. And that's going to be another goal for the Wolverines, responding very quick order to the Rippins goal. Goal was by Emma Gustafson, assisted by Jillian Schlom. 9-1. With just about 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Usually, as commentators, you usually don't want to curse teams too bad, but I think it's fair to say at this point, Michigan looking well in control of this game. Handling their business properly. Some more action trying to happen there, but more great defense by the Wolverines. But the ball's going to stay with the Tigers off an impediment penalty. But Michigan gets it right back with the Tigers committing one of their own. 2:30 to go. The Wolverines are pushing it, led by Panasian, who had the exclusionary earlier, who's come back and is doing pretty well so far. Back over to Schlom on the side. And that one gets corralled in by Emily Lowe. Emily waiting for her teammates to get down there, trying to push this one all the way down, getting it to Hamilton. Hamilton's going to try to push this one up a little bit, make a little something happen. About 5 seconds left on their power play. Going to try to see if we can get a shot here. Not quite. Back up top, and there's going to be one! And they do! Their second goal of the day coming very quickly again. And again, that was Sophia Panosian, who had the exclusionary that led to that power play goal. And that was Carrie Brooks, who dents the twine in the back of the net, assisted by Abigail Hopkins. And Salem not giving up yet. They're not going to roll over and die. They're going to keep fighting. 9-2 with about 1:30 to go before halftime. Wolverines keep driving here. For two, Izza Jackson's backs in. Gives it over to her teammate, to Gustafson, who had the goal earlier. That one gets tipped over the net and all the way out of bounds. But Michigan will keep it because of the out of bounds. They get it back up top. Great defense there from number 11, Stewart, on the Tigers side. But ball gets all the way into the paint. And that's going to count as another goal for the Wolverines. It hit the far crossbar, but just kind of rolled its way in after that on a deflection. 10-2 now. The goal by Brooke Ingram, who is getting hounded in the red line by both Emily Lowe and by one of the defenders. Forgot exactly who it was. We don't have a replay here in Canham. But still managed to find her way to contort her body around, get up against that post. That puts the Wolverines in double digits before the half. And Michigan now getting a fast break opportunity here. Gustafson pushing this one without much in the way of defense. One-on-one with Emily Lowe and buries it past her in the top corner. Zips it through. And Gustafson's got three. That's a hat trick for Gustafson in the first half. 11-2 with just under 40 seconds to go. And with just about 30 seconds left, see if either team can't sneak one more in before we go into the halftime showers. Strong defense here by Ingram's going to get a quick whistle free throw for the Tigers. Work it back up. 21 seconds left. They got to get a shot up here if they want to get one soon. Some more strong defense on the interior. And again, that looks to be Panosian again. No, excuse me, that time was Allison Locke. That was unlocked. Point remains. That is the end of the first half. Didn't end up mattering that much. We'll have a 5-minute halftime. Halftime score is 11-2, and Michigan has just been rolling. They have been so dominant for the entirety of this Wolverine Invitational. I will say it is unfortunate since with the 6 teams here, you're playing four games. You get to play almost everyone, except everyone doesn't play one team. And for Michigan, that just happened to be Indiana, which is very upsetting. That would have been the game to see this tournament, number 16 Indiana versus number 11 Michigan. But they will play, don't you worry. They will get a chance to go head-to-head against each other later on this year. In fact, that game will happen on April 20th, right here in Ann Arbor. But Michigan has been so good for this whole game. Let's take a quick second to look at some stats from the first half. On the Michigan side, leading the way with that hat trick is Gustafson. Emma Gustafson has 3 goals to her name so far today, going along with she's 3 shots, 2 goals, excuse me, very flustered right now. Emma Gustafson has 2 goals today, 3 shots on goal for 2 total points on her behalf. Also scoring for the Wolverines, you had Locke, you had Umlauf, you had Ingram, Alsmageist, and Jackson with 1 apiece as well. And then, of course, Lila Cerulli and Kata Utasi have also 2 to their names. Leading the way in assists, Jillian Schlamm has 4 assists so far, leading all players with that. But we got to be careful coming back out of the half. Panosian already has 2 exclusionaries. If we get to a third, she'll be done for the day. And over on the Salem slide, fortunately not as good of a game for them so far today, only the 2 goals. One of them coming from Reppins, and one of them coming from Brooks. Courtney Reppins, though, one of the better players on this Salem team. The sophomore coming all the way from Grahamstown, South Africa. Has a season high of 2 goals against Cal Lutheran, their only win of the year. So far, had 7 shots, 2 goals versus that one. Had 3 assists earlier versus Marist in this weekend. Has been trying her best today. Has the most shots on her team. Has 3 attempted shots, and a lot of those were really close. Just hitting off the sides, hitting off the top bar. but it has been all Wolverines all day. As we mentioned, today it wraps up the Wolverine Invitational. This has been Game 12. So after this, the whole tournament is done. It's been a very fun weekend if you've been a big fan of water polo. After this, on February 2nd through the 4th, so this upcoming weekend, the Wolverines will be in La Jolla, California for the Triton Invitational. Hosted by UC San Diego. See if I get some more information about that in a second. Whereas for Salem, after today, they will be traveling to Brown for the Brown Invitational. Also this upcoming weekend, the 2nd through the 4th, where they'll be playing Brown University, Austin College, Siena College, and rematching LIU before going and playing the Virginia Military Institute in Lexington, Virginia after that. And with that, we are coming out of halftime, ready to continue the second half. Third quarter starting any second. The teams have switched sides. Swimming out from the goal line. Ball has been dropped, and here we go. Michigan, first team to it. They're going to get a chance to attack. They have all day. It's a miscommunication there, it looks like. Hirschfield was trying to get it across court to one of her teammates, but no one was looking. It was O'Neal and Cerulli were both over there. Neither of them were looking, but Michigan still got the ball. Levenfield's going to work her way inside, and just like that, another goal. Not 30 seconds into the third quarter, is already 12-2. Another goal. That was Levenfield's first. So I think you will see Michigan start to give some players that may not usually see the field as much, give them some more opportunities here. As this Titan Invitational for the Wolverines is some absolute behemoths. Michigan is in bracket A. There's 4 brackets in that, bracket A, B, C, and D. Michigan finds themselves in bracket A with USC, UC Santa Barbara, and Concordia. For reference, USC is currently the #1 ranked team in the country, and UC Santa Barbara is ranked number 12 in the country. So Michigan will be playing both of those teams within their bracket, as well as Concordia, who is not currently ranked. But that is 3 Goliaths of the water polo fields who will be battling it out. And also, of course, in this tournament, other brackets, UCLA, UC San Diego, Arizona State, Hawaii, Long Beach State, UC Davis, San Diego State, Fresno State. This is the majority of the top 25 field that will be playing in this Triton Invitational that the Wolverines will head to this weekend. But for now, they still have Salem on their plate, and Salem is making another push here. Brooks this time bring this one up, trying to find her teammates. Some great defense by the Wolverines, though. There's not been any clean passing lanes for Salem today. And that long shot attempt there clangs off the post and almost out of bounds. A great shot there from Hack. Neither of her 3 attempts have made their way in. Great Swalsh still in the goal for the Wolverines. Allowed the 2 goals in the second quarter there, but also 2 saves to her name. So she has been putting a little bit more work than Alex Brown was, who did not get a single shot attempted against her. Michigan now trying to get it inside. With some strong defense from the Tigers, leads to an exclusionary. That was number 5, Reppins. That's her first exclusionary, and that results in an immediate goal for the Wolverines. 13-2 now. And right after Courtney Rippins got called, Casey Umlauf sets up for her second goal on the night. Kaya Levenfield assisted on that one. 13-2, returning back to the action here. Michigan just having their way up and down the floor or the water. Is it the floor? If you're a water polo fan in the chat, I need you, if you're a water polo fan, get in the chat, tell me, what do y'all call it? Do you call it the field, the ice, the pool? I guess the pool makes the most sense. But they have been just controlling the pool all day long. A free throw there from the Tigers, sails high. Great shot attempt by Hamilton, just couldn't quite get it. Mackenzie Hamilton's had a good few of those so far, but she's been playing well, but has not had a good shot attempt until there. The Wolverines already back crowding the goal. Under 5 to go in the third quarter, 13-2. But some great defense from the Tigers. A wonderful steal there by Stewart. Stewart's going to push this one all the way up. She's being challenged by Gustafson, though. And Gustafson, some great defense, really leaning on her. Stewart trying to find a teammate. But again, Michigan just so smothering. Panasian comes away with that steal, pushes it up for Gustafson so she can keep moving. Gustafson's got a wide open lane, a one-on-one with Emily Lowe. Picks it up, looks, fakes, and pushes it straight over the left shoulder of Emily Lowe for the 14th point. No challenge. Froze Emily Lowe right in the middle of the go and whizzed it straight past her head. Gustafson has 3 goals on the day. There is, I called it a little bit earlier, but now Gustafson has that hat trick. And it's still a rough day to beat Emily Lowe. But she's still in there, pushes this one all the way up the pool. Number 8's got it, that's Hack. Hack looking for her first goal of the day, gets it inside. And it's gonna be a great shot attempt there. Hamilton had another great shot attempt there, but it was blocked right in front of her. Panasian with the fence just stuck a hand up and swatted that away. And it still almost ended up rolling into the net. But a great job there from Grace Walsh to push that ball up. And Michigan again attacking. Trying to work it there. That's Schlom looking for her first goal in the day. Reverse it up, and another assist for Schlom. As Michigan keeps laying it on. That goal was by number 24, Jordan Schneider. Schneider has her first goal on the day. But for Jillian Schlom, 5 assists. She has been having her hand in a third of Michigan's goals today. She has been doing such a great job out there on the ice, a real leader for this team. And we are kicking the action back up again. Just over 3 minutes in the third. Against modern defense. Panosian again, one of the most aggressive defenders. Gets called for an obstruction there, so it's gonna be a free throw. Tigers back at it, moving, pushing in. Number 11 with a great shot there, but was blocked again. Stewart had a great shot attempt there, but Gustafson was right in front of her and sent that pack in the opposite direction. And now Michigan again trying to make something happen. Schneider looking for her second goal. Faking it, bounces it in and does get that second goal. Like skipping stones in Lake Michigan, skips that one right underneath the right arm of Emily Lowe. 16-2 with 2:45 to go. It's a great day to be a Michigan Wolverine. And with that, Schneider's going to bow out for a second. And we are picking it back up now. Lowe again, bring it down the floor, the pool, excuse me. Riordan gives to her teammate on the wing. If they would turn their heads, I can know who they are. Numbers are only on the side of the caps that they wear in water polo. So if you're staring straight at me, I don't know what your number is. I don't know who you are. but more great defense and a great job there by Grace Walsh to leave that net to get that ball and start pushing it up. Hirschfield again has this one, trying to move up along the outside, gets it back into the middle, gets it to Levenfield. Levenfield inside there. It's O'Neal, and O'Neal had a wide open look, but just put a little bit too much on it, hits the top crossbar, and bounces off, stays in the pool. Lowe's going to grab that one, and she's going to try to find a teammate as everyone's just making their way in front of the Michigan net. Pushes it all the way up there for Hack. Hack, 3 shots, no goals to her name, wants to end the cold streak. Tigers want to get it inside. They want to get it into DeSalvo, but she is battling right now with Levenfield. And we do get the goal for Salem. Tegan Hack finally gets it. Was distracted on the inside there with how much DeSalvo was battling with Levenfield. They were going at it. And also when I look up, Hack just fires it from the corner and finally ends her cold streak. And Salem gets their first goal in a while. Michigan, not like they need to respond, but they're just going to do it, see if they can for their own sake. About a minute to go. Gets it inside there. An exclusionary against Salem. Michigan's got a quick power play. Hirschfield had a good look there, but kind of lost her footing. So missed her shot. But doesn't matter. Michigan does respond very quickly there. And who else but Gustafson? 4th goal on the day, 17-3. And under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter before what will be the least suspenseful 4th quarter in a game that I've ever seen played live in front of my eyes. Tigers still working, still not giving up yet, I will say. Going to be a free throw for Hack in a second. Does get inside of DeSalvo finally. Another free throw coming up after the minor. DeSalvo finally gets to it, gets it back up to Hack. Hack reverses it over to Riordan. About 20 seconds to go. Has a shot clock violation. Haven't had to mention it yet today because it hasn't really come up, but there is a 30-second shot clock that we have here in the water polo world. And that's the first time today that has even gotten close to getting down. 5 seconds to go. I think Grace Walsh is going to hold on to this one for the end of the quarter, and will so. That brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter, 17-3. Michigan well in hand. (17-3). Quick intermission between the quarters here. And what a day for this Wolverine team. First, the 15-5 game against Marist. If you thought it couldn't get any better, they come out and it's still already 17-3 in the 3rd quarter. Still a whole other quarter play, still 8 more minutes left. But things are really getting low here. And since it's been a tough day, I do want to start giving some shout-outs to this Tiger team. Specifically, Tegan Hack, the senior, has been really trying her best to try to force this team to make anything happen. Just finally got her first goal in that late in that 3rd quarter. But unfortunately doesn't mean much. Tegan Hack, the driver for this team. The senior out of Regina, Saskatchewan in Canada, majoring in nursing, has been with this team for a couple of years now. So far this season, had her best game, like most other players on this team, against Cal Lutheran, this team's sole win in their 1-6 start. Had 3 goals and 6 shots. Also managed to get herself excluded twice during that game. But she's been with this team for a while now. Ever since she's been a freshman, she's been with this team, fighting through. last year as a junior on this team. Didn't get a ton of playing time, so she's really been stepping up this year into much more of that leadership role with some departures that this team has had. And so far, she's been doing her best. Just under a minute to go in this intermission. But also back on the Wolverine side, looking at some of the impact players that they have had. Jillian Schlom, leading the way with 5 assists, is the true freshman out of Huntington Beach, California, which, as we've all learned today, is the mecca of water polo, apparently. Was a 3-year starter at her high school, Corona Del Mar High School out in Cali. Was a 4-time USAWP Academic All-American while she was in high school. Played club at Corona Del Mar too, where she was a starter for a couple of years there. So far this season, this is her best game by far with these 5 assists. She's just been everywhere making it happen for her teammates. And as a true freshman, getting this kind of playing time, making this kind of impact, it's a bright future ahead of her. Also, someone I should have shouted out earlier, Lola Cerulli is also a senior out of Lafayette, California. Haven't seen her as much because she's been sitting out with Utasi. The two of them, the two stars of this team, as we get ready for the 4th quarter take start. Joined this team back in 2020. Since then has become a CWPA champion with this team back in 2022. Was an academic All-Big Ten, was in the quarterfinals. Career high of steals against Harvard last year. Played against Harvard, had 9 steals in a game, which is a very impressive mark. This is a Michigan team that is going to be looking to make some noise. And this next weekend at this Trade Invitational against some of the top competition in the country is going to be a big proving ground for them. 4th quarter is underway here, about a minute in, nothing much has happened yet. Teams going back and forth, trading turnovers. Hack again trying to find something, trying to get it inside, but some stifling interior defense from the Wolverines, make sure that nothing happens from there. Again with Schlom just providing some excellent interior defense. Means that Michigan's going to get a chance to push it up. Gustafson gets it up to Levenfield. Levenfield, no one around her, but still chooses to pass it back out to her teammate Cerulli. Hey, Cerulli, she's back in. And she's going to get the ball back on the wing. 5 on the shot clock. They're going to see if something can happen here. And that shot is high by Schlom. It's her first shot attempt on the day, considering all the time that she's been in. Got surprised she hadn't yet, but she's really been looking to make those passes. So the end of shot clock, putting that one up, just a little bit high, not quite her specialty, but Michigan's still well in hand. That is not a concern for her right now. Tigers now has the ball on the far side, trying to make a little magic happen. But immediately turn the ball over there, just throwing it straight to the Wolverines. Well, thank you all for tuning in for this long. Appreciate some company here as Michigan gets another goal in there. The bombardment will not stop. This one, who else? Lola Cerulli coming back into the game, immediately makes her impact felt, gets that one in. Emma Gustafson assisted that one. We're going to keep rolling here. Under 6 to go. This game winding down now. Tigers, they get it over to Hack on the wing. Hack trying to find someone, anyone. Gets it back up to Reppins. Reppins back in, trying to have that first goal for the Salem team. Wants to maybe get a second one. And Tigers, they're just going to, wherever the water polo equivalent of icing is, just throwing the ball into the red. So Michigan, Grace Walsh is just going to throw this one up for her teammates. She's trying to work around. Gustafson gets it over to Hirschfield. Hirschfield, some good defense there from Reppins, but gets a free throw out of it. And a turnover there. Ball goes back to the Tigers. They get it back to Lowe, and Lowe launches one downfield, trying to hit Hamilton there. Hamilton gets it, pushes over to Hack. Hack trying to stave off some great defense from Blodgett, excuse me. Free throw coming for Hack. Hack gets it all the way up top to Camidio. Excuse me, to Camidoy, number 12. Ivani Camidoy had that one blocked there. A great save by Grace Walsh. Grace Walsh on the day, 4 saves. First her 3 goals allowed. Obviously the primary goalkeeper for the Wolverines, that is Alex Brown. Grace Walsh is a sophomore out of San Fran, getting some playing time here in this blowout. Again, another Michigan slowing down a little bit. Tack isn't quite as impervious to errors as it was early in the game, where they just could do nothing wrong. Emma Gustafson just shot that one a little too far wide. And now Tigers are going to try to respond. Riordan's feeling the pressure on the near side from O'Neal. And because that turns the ball over, was trying to get it back to Camidoy, but it was stolen by Panosian. O'Neal reverses it over to Gustafson. Gustafson gets it inside to Mladen. And Mladen gets her first goal of the day. Haven't said her name today, but haven't quite said her name today. But Amelia Mladen finds the back of the net there. Schneider got the assist there. Amelia Mladen is a true freshman, a center out of Brookfield, Illinois. It's a 2-time All-State first team. Hasn't played a ton so far this year. In fact, that is her first career goal here at the University of Michigan. So very exciting times. Glad I could be here to both call it and both butcher your name in the process. But her first goal on the career here at the University of Michigan. Some big things being expected from the true freshman. As we are just about 3 minutes to go. It's going to be a foul going against Salem. So Michigan is going to get the chance for just really stat padding at this point. It is 19-3. This game's no doubt. And Mladen gets her second. Mladen makes it 20, back-to-back goals. And Allison Locke had the assist on that one. As if Michigan needed some more points. But we continue. Salem trying to just make anything happen at this point. Hack still trying to force the issue, still being the main orchestrator of this offense, but Michigan is just not letting anything happen. O'Neal, some great pressure inside. Ball gets kicked all the way back out and around, finds its way into the hands of Riordan. And that shot by Salem there, again, sails high over the net. Riordan had the attempt there, but couldn't quite make it fall. 2 attempts, no goals on the day. As we hit just about 2 minutes. And Michigan getting some great ball movement to work it inside there, but some great defense coming in from Reppins, who came in there to take that ball away. So you may have scored 20, but you're not scoring 21. DeSalvo gets it over to Riordan. Riordan maybe going to try to score this one again. Gets it over to Reppins. Reppins back over to Riordan. Riordan back to Reppins. Just going back and forth looking for anything. Reppins fires, but a great block there. What a stop in the goal. Katie Delaney actually has just checked in during a earlier substitution. Katie Delaney actually came in to the goal. And so that's Katie Delaney with the block, not Grace Walsh. I missed that because they all wear the number 1, just with different letters after it. But it's all the way back inside. Blagin. Are they counting? No. The shot clock expired right as she was shooting it. That would have been a hat trick for Malagin. That would have been a hat trick for Malagin. But it was as the ball was leaving her hand, the shot clock expired, so it didn't count. We could have had a hat trick for the true freshman if there was a second quicker. But regardless, with just about 30 seconds to go, it is safe to say this game is officially over. Michigan has control of the ball. Unlikely that they will try to score. They do. The shot clock is still going. 6 seconds separating the shot and game. So they may just put one up for the sake of it. Under 10. And they will just eat the shot clock violation. And that will be the end of the game. Final score for today's matchup, 20-3. Your 11th ranked Wolverines took care of business the way that only they can in the most dominant fashion of the weekend. At no point was that game in doubt. Michigan was having their way up and down the pool. Some great performances all around this team. Leading the way was Emma Gustafson, had 4 goals with 1 assist, 5 points on the night. After her, you had Cerulli with a hat trick. You had Malagin, who should have had the hat trick if it wasn't for that shot clock. She had 2, as did Utasi 2 early on. And then Jackson, Levenfield, Alsmageest, Ingram, Locke. As the national anthem briefly comes on, Locke rounds out, and Schneider. I didn't scroll down that far. Schneider had 2 as well, but all of the names all had 1 apiece, as well as Layla Hirschfield. Some great performances, and even past all that, leading the way in assists was Jillian Shalom, had 5 assists. Levenfield and Utasi also each had 2 apiece. Utasi definitely would have shattered her previous points best if she had played more than the first quarter. But this Michigan team, number 11 in the country, very exciting opportunity next week for them to make some noise against the top teams in the country. But they'll have to wait for that. Unfortunately, I do not believe anyone from WCBN will be traveling out to LA for the call for those. But there will still be ways for you to tune in, watch those, follow them. Keep up on the Michigan Daily on the mgoblue.com. They will be having write-ups for all of those games. And Michigan closes out again, that 23. It's such a dominant victory for these girls. And an exciting prospect for the year. And that is going to be it for me today here on WCBN Sports YouTube. I have been Tim DeGrand. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to the finale of the Wolverine Invitational here in Canham Natatorium. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Blue.